All right, space enthusiasts, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Today, we're taking a deep dive into the International Space Station.
Ooh, exciting.
We'll be exploring some really cool research featured in this recent NASA article.
Always love a good NASA update.
Yeah, and get this, we're talking disease detection
Wow.
and, wait for it, free-flying robots.
Free-flying robot.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be good.
You know, it's amazing how the ISS has become this hub for scientific exploration.
Right. It's not just orbiting up there.
It's like a giant floating laboratory.
Exactly. And this article does a great job of painting a picture of what daily life is like up there.
Busy, I bet.
You bet.
Yeah.
Astronauts going back and forth between modules like Harmony,
Right.
Kibo,
Uh-huh.
and Columbus.
Like a well-oiled machine.
Definitely well-oiled. And each of these modules is essentially a specialized lab.
Each with its own purpose, yeah.
Like the Columbus module.
Yeah.
It houses the Materials Science Laboratory,
Oh, the MSL. Very cool.
where scientists get to observe how materials behave in microgravity.
Now, that is fascinating stuff.
I know, right? It makes you wonder, what kind of discoveries are we talking about here? And why is microgravity such a big deal anyway?
Well, you see, microgravity creates this unique environment where the forces of gravity, as we know them,
Right.
don't apply in the same way.
Uh-huh.
For material science, this is huge.
So tell me, what kind of impact does that have?
Well, for one, we can study how metals solidify without the influence of gravity,
Interesting.
potentially leading to stronger, lighter alloys.
Ah, I see, for things like spacecraft.
Exactly, maybe even for things we use every day.
Wow. So space research could lead to better materials for, like, cars or buildings.
You got it. Pretty amazing, right?
That is amazing. And what else is happening up there?
Oh, a lot. This article mentions groundbreaking research in disease detection.
Disease detection in space.
Yep. Scientists are using the ISS to improve methods for detecting genetic mutations
Oh, wow.
and viruses linked to diseases like cancer.
No way.
They're even analyzing RNA samples using a handheld fluorescence viewer.
Hold on, a handheld device for analyzing genetic material in space.
It's true. Sounds like sci-fi, right?
It does.
Yeah.
Can you explain that a bit more? Like, what makes this device so significant?
Well, it allows for real-time analysis of genetic material in the unique environment of space.
I see.
They're analyzing samples right there on the ISS. No need to send them back to Earth.
That's incredible. What kind of implications does that have for us down here?
Huge implications. This could revolutionize how we diagnose and treat diseases, not just for astronauts,
Right.
but for all of us.
Wow, that's a game changer. And speaking of game changers, this article also mentioned robots.
Ah, yes, the
It
Astrobee.
had to be robots. What is the Astrobee?
It's a toaster-sized robot designed to test autonomous navigation and docking.
Wait, toaster-sized?
You heard right.
That's amazing. And they're using it to navigate the ISS.
It's testing out those capabilities, yeah.
Okay, what about these clingers they mentioned?
Oh, yeah. Those clingers allow Astrobee to move around and perform tasks autonomously.
So it's not just moving around, it's doing stuff too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think refueling,
Yeah.
repairs,
Mm-hmm.
even manufacturing.
You're kidding. Robots doing all that in space.
It's the future. Think about it. Routine tasks that are risky for astronauts.
Yeah.
Astrobee could handle those,
Yeah.
freeing up the astronauts for more complex tasks.
That's incredible. So robots could essentially be space mechanics.
Exactly. And not just mechanics, potentially builders, too.
Whoa, hold on. Robots building structures in space? Now that's pushing it.
It is mind-blowing, but that's the direction we're headed. And it's not all that's going on up there either.
I can only imagine. What else caught your eye?
Remember the SpaceX Dragon spacecraft?
Oh, right. The one that brings supplies to the ISS and returns scientific samples to Earth?
That's the one. Well, apparently its return to Earth was delayed.
Really? What
Weather issues. It just goes to show, even with all our technology,
Yeah.
space travel still faces those earthly challenges.
Of course. Safety first. Speaking of happenings on the ISS, this article also mentioned 2 Roscosmos cosmonauts
Yes.
getting ready for a spacewalk.
Now that's something I'd love to see.
Me too. It said they'll be removing some science experiments and relocating robotic hardware.
Spacewalks are always fascinating, but they're not without risk, you know?
Oh, I can only imagine being outside the ISS, exposed to the harsh environment of space.
It takes incredible courage and skill.
For sure. And the preparation involved must be meticulous.
Absolutely. Every detail planned to ensure their safety.
It really is remarkable. So we've got Groundbreaking research,
Right.
advanced robots, daring spacewalks, and we're just scratching the surface of what's happening on the ISS.
Just scratching the surface.
It's incredible to think that while we're going about our lives down here,
Right.
this incredible hub of activity is happening hundreds of miles above us.
It really is amazing. And it's not just activity for activity's sake. This research,
Right.
these advancements have the potential to change our lives in big ways.
I'm hooked. I can't wait to dive deeper into some of these specific research projects
Me too.
and really understand how they're shaping our understanding of the universe and improving life here on Earth.
It's going to be an exciting journey.
I can't wait.
A remarkable feat indeed. And speaking of the space station, the article mentions that the commander, Suni Williams, was busy troubleshooting the materials science laboratory.
Oh, yeah, in the Columbus module.
That's the one, the MSL. I'm curious, what kind of research are they doing in there?
Yeah, what are they looking at?
Well, it's essentially a high-tech oven. Can you believe that?
An oven. In space.
Yep, capable of reaching extreme temperatures. It allows scientists to observe how materials behave in the unique environment of space.
So what kind of materials?
All sorts. Metals, polymers, semiconductors. You name it, they're testing it.
A high-tech oven in space. It's pretty cool, I have to admit, but why subject these materials to extreme temperatures up there? What's the point?
It's all about pushing the boundaries of material science. By studying how materials react in microgravity and under extreme conditions, scientists can potentially discover new properties and applications that we might never have found here on Earth.
I see. So we could end up with like lighter, stronger, more durable materials for everything from spacecraft to everyday products.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The possibilities are pretty exciting, right?
It is exciting. Like, what kind of possibilities are we talking about?
Well, imagine new types of batteries that last longer,
Okay, yeah.
more efficient solar panels, or even medical implants that are more compatible with the human body.
Wow, those are some big implications.
Just a few examples of the potential benefits that could come from this research.
It's amazing how research hundreds of miles above us could have such a direct impact on our lives down here.
It really shows how interconnected science and exploration are. You never know what doors a single discovery might open.
Speaking of exploration, all this talk about experiments and technology makes me wonder about the human side of things. What's it like for the astronauts living and working in such a unique and challenging environment?
Well, try to imagine living in a constant state of free fall,
Wow, yeah.
where even the simplest tasks like eating or sleeping
Right.
require careful planning and execution. Astronauts have to adapt to a completely different way of life. It's physically and mentally demanding.
It sounds intense. The article mentioned one astronaut, Nick Hague, collecting blood and saliva samples wearing a biomonitor headband and vest for 2 days.
It is intense, but it's crucial for understanding how the human body adapts to long-duration spaceflight. This information isn't just for the astronauts' well-being either.
So it helps plan for future missions.
Exactly. Especially those involving extended stays on the moon or Mars.
So they're not just conducting research in space, they're also the subjects of research, contributing to our understanding of human physiology in extreme environments.
That's right. And we can't forget the psychological aspect either.
Oh, of course. What's it like mentally?
Being isolated in a confined environment for months on end, far from family and friends, it must take a toll.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Astronauts undergo extensive psychological training to prepare them for those challenges.
To deal with isolation and confinement.
Exactly. They also have regular communication with mission control and their families back on Earth.
It's a good reminder that space exploration isn't just about rockets and robots. It's about the human spirit, the drive to explore, and the resilience to overcome incredible challenges. It makes you appreciate the dedication and sacrifice of these individuals.
They are pioneers, paving the way for future generations to venture further into space and unlock even more of the universe's secrets.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground here. From cutting-edge research to the human experience in space, the International Space Station is clearly more than just an orbiting outpost.
Yeah, it's a symbol of human ingenuity, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. And like we were talking about, the research happening up there,
Right.
it can really make a difference here on Earth. It really can. We've covered so much. Advancements in medicine, robotics, material science.
It seems like the possibilities are endless.
They do, and it's all thanks to the ISS.
This incredible testbed for technologies that could revolutionize life as we know it.
Exactly, and one example that comes to mind is the Astrobee robot.
Ah, yes, with its autonomous navigation.
Imagine adapting that technology for self-driving cars.
Or creating more efficient logistics systems right here on Earth.
It's mind-blowing how these seemingly unrelated fields can influence each other.
Right. Who would have thought that research in space could lead to innovations in transportation or manufacturing down here?
It's all connected, and that's the beauty of exploration.
You never know what you might find or where it might lead.
So true, so true. Well, as we wrap up our deep dive into the International Space Station,
A truly fascinating journey.
it really is. I'm left feeling a sense of awe and excitement for the future.
I hear you.
It's incredible to think that this orbiting laboratory is constantly pushing the boundaries of what we know and what we can do.
And it's a testament to what we can achieve when we work together internationally.
Right, and that's a powerful message, especially today.
Couldn't agree more.
It really makes you wonder what other impossible problems might be solved through research conducted in space.
That's the question, isn't it? The beauty of it all is there's always more to discover, always another question to ask.
Always something new to explore.
So keep exploring, stay curious.
Never stop asking questions.
Never lose that sense of wonder. Who knows what incredible discoveries await us out there?
Couldn't have said it better myself. That's it for our deep dive today.
Until next time.
Thanks for joining us.